What is good? Osiris here, stuck in the middle. Thank you for joining. I'm doing this upload. This is stuck in the middle clips exclusive, I guess. Usually on this channel I do clips from my main channel. This one is just a straight up video for the clips channel. Andy Ngo posted on Saturday, April 9th. I believe it was on the 9th. Let me double check again. Yes. Oh man. The Daily Beast tech and science contributor, Thor Benson, claimed he confronted me, Andy Ngo, at a New Orleans bar and made me so uncomfortable that I left. And he knows like it never happened. He racially profiled and harassed another Asian man. He got the wrong Asian dude. Thor. My takeaway is, before I read some of this, and that's really what happened, is just, bruh, just say I messed, my bad. Why is that so hard? Thor, I haven't seen Thor do that. His original tweet where he talked about, I just ran into Andy Ngo at a bar in New Orleans, is still up on Twitter right now as of the time of this recording. Thor, even though I'm not going to agree with you on anything, basically, I think a lot of people would have just kept it moving if you would have just said, my bad, I thought it was Andy, my bad. That's it. Like, literally, the tweet could have been like, I thought it was Andy, my bad. Like, that's it. That's all that needed to happen. Didn't even really need to say, I'm sorry, I apologize to the dude, or release a letter. He thought he was going to get some brownie points. He just left. So he's like, I scared Andy Ngo out of a New Orleans restaurant. Andy Ngo, according to him, he's like, I'm nowhere near New Orleans. I believe Andy Ngo on this one, without question. He thought he ran into Andy Ngo, just the wrong Asian. These are the type of people that black identitarians side with on racial issues. These type of racists. It's not funny, but I don't know how else to react to the wrong Asian type of stuff and then not admitting it. Just admit it, man. Andy Ngo is a Portland native, if you're not familiar. He was not in New Orleans. He was not in Louisiana at the time. They keep his location secret because he's obviously everybody's after Andy Ngo for whatever. He's a milquetoast gay Asian reporter. And again, a good example of how the diversity, equity, and inclusion doesn't include a gay and Asian because of his politics. So it has nothing to do with diversity, equity, inclusion. It has to do with, you are a member of our cult, and then within our cult, we'll celebrate different factions of our cult. They don't afford Andy Ngo any of the fame, clout, even benefit of the doubt. No, reach out to on Twitter to ask the Daily Beast editor-in-chief, Tracy Connor, if she supports their contributor harassing strangers in a bar simply because that contributor mistakes them for someone else. I think that's fair if Andy Ngo wants to do that. I'm not trying to get anybody. I think that's canceling if you're getting down the route of he should be fired. I don't think, and that's not what Andy Ngo said there, so I want to make sure it's clear. But for me, it's just, hey, this is what happened, and everyone who's a consumer, you make your choice. I have no problem spreading the news. Obviously, I'm doing a video on it. But I am not going to say cancel the Daily Beast or any of the other outlets that Thor writes for. That's not what I do. Connor also could not answer the question of whether or not she thinks Benson should have been correct to harass the man had he been no. So there's two questions. One, well, let's say he did see me. Are you good with him trying to harass me? Like, what's that all about? Two, are you okay with him just harassing people in a bar because of their political? Those are fair questions. And he put, Andy Ngo has the receipts right here. Some people were promoting violence with it. Some people were like, oh, did you see him? You should have done this to him, or you should have done an accidental this to him or that to him. These people are violent, man. I don't see that from the right that I follow. I'm sure there obviously are people on all spectrums doing that kind of stuff. But right now, the overt ones who are doing it, who don't even get their tweets pulled down for it, it's all from the left. It's clearly all from the left. Despite Ngo publicly stating that the Asian man Benson insulted and verbally harassed wasn't him and being not even remotely in the region, Benson contended that the man he harassed out of the bar was Ngo, saying, "Would have been more convincing if you hadn't responded when I called you by your name." So if somebody thinks I'm some black actor or something like that and they yell at me, I'm going to look like, what are you doing? So I don't know what happened here, but this dude doesn't seem like he has it all together, Thor. Just like a standard leftist, confused with their life. So that's the impression I get. Disappointed, trying to project and take out their frustrations of life on someone else simply for their political views. Others wondered if Ngo was still there because they wanted to roll on through too. That they could politely tell him something. Benson called others racist in the past, but it's clear from this encounter that he for a fellow journalist color his behavior in such an extreme extent. It's scary. Define L's popped in. I think that is the real Define L's account that said, just shut the hell up, racist, Thor calling somebody else racist. And you could argue that the harassment of an Asian guy, mistaking him, and then not correcting it when you have been proven to be wrong, I think it's fair to ask why. I'm not going to call him a racist, but I think it's fair to ask why. Benson warned that those who take issue with his racist harassment of a man whom he incorrectly identified as Ngo, that they would be blocked if they spoke up either in support of Ngo or against Benson's obvious racism. So he said, "Hello, Andy Ngo supporters who are trolling me. I don't troll anybody. I'm not going to tweet at anybody. I don't care who. I don't even care about you, Thor. I have a beef with you. I'm just calling out the story. You can come here to be blocked. Have fun. So what? Blocked on Twitter? People of all kind of backgrounds have blocked everybody and me before." Lauren Chen chimed in. White journalist harasses random Asian person at bar wrongly thinking he's Andy Ngo. Because I guess we all look the same. If you're just listening to this, Lauren Chen is Asian. Stephen Miller just replied, amazing. Andy Ngo is the white supremacist, screams the guy chasing random Asians out of a bar because I guess they all look the same. Stephen Miller said. A man who liberal in his bio stated, this guy who writes for a bunch of prominent sites harassed an Asian man in a bar thinking it was Andy Ngo until he left. He then engaged in violent rhetoric with his followers, some asking where the bar is. Indiscriminate violence is too normalized in progressive circles. I think that's the walk-off shot. I'm going to leave on that note. Let me know what you think. Take care.